Back here at the Vicky Kazee Hollyfield Softball Complex in Jefferson City, Tennessee. It's Carson-Newman and Limestone for Game 2. As Lorelei Spradlin in the circle for Carson-Newman. The Eagles looking to bounce back after dropping Game 1 to the Saints. The Eagles' first home loss since February 5th against Lee. Couple changes defensively for the Eagles. We'll get to in a moment as Spradlin prepares to deal the first pitch home to Taylor Jenkins. It's slap foul. The count 0-1. First pitch at 4 o'clock on the dot. First game went a little long, so forced to start an hour later than expected. The Eagle infield is Brooklyn Lucero again at first. Addie Saunders at second in Game 2. His time is called. Briefly. At shortstop, it's Hayden Dye. Third base, Macaulay Bailey. Behind the plate is Kennedy Warder again for Game 2. As Spradlin prepares to deal the 0-1 pitch home. She fires the next pitch to Jenkins. It's high, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. A couple changes in the outfield. Mari Robbins now in right field. It's Abby Martin in center, and in left is Sierra Rogers. The 1-1 pitch home to Jenkins. She watches it off the plate for ball 2 on the count. 2 balls and a strike. It's Jenkins, Jarovac, and King to lead things off for Limestone as Spradlin forces a swing and a miss, and the count evens at 2-2. Spradlin's 13th start. She's 5-5 on her freshman season. She deals a 2-2 home to Jenkins. It's fouled back, and the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Spradlin of 55.2 innings in her freshman season, a 7.92 ERA. 56 strikeouts in her freshman campaign here in Jefferson City. She ready to steal the next 2-2. Home to Jenkins. It's on the outside corner. A called strike 3. Spradlin gets the first out of the ball game on a strikeout. Gets Jenkins looking, and there's one away. Here's Madeline Jarovac standing in from the right side with the bases empty and one away. Spradlin leans and fires a first pitch home. Jarovac takes across the heart of the plate for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Eagles can get back in the win column. Lost 3 in a row, 2 at Mars Hill. 1 here today against the Limestone Saints is a 0-1 pitch home from Spradlin. Misses high, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. That Game 1 loss breaks Carson-Newman's 10-game winning streak in South Atlantic Conference play here at home, dating back to last season as Jarovac rips the next pitch into left center. It seeds the gap for extra bases. Jarovac racing to second. She's in there with a stand-up double with 1 out here in the top of the first. Good piece of hitting from Jarovac. She gets Limestone's first hit here in Game 2, and she's in the scoring position with 1 away. It's Carson-Newman who started the scoring in the first inning of Game 1, but the Eagles were held scoreless till the 6th. Jarovac does her job to get into scoring position for Emma King with 1 down here in the top of the first. Lefty King awaits the first offering from Lorelei Spradlin. As she dips and fires, King fouls it back, and the count 0-1. After this game against Limestone, Carson heads back on the road to take on UVA-Wise at 1-3 on Saturday. Before hosting Catawba to start April on April 1st. As Spradlin deals a 0-1 to King, she fouls it off left side towards the Limestone dugout, and the count is 0-2. Skylar Page is on deck, and the whole Olivia Veit with 1 out. The top of the first inning. Not many changes in the Limestone lineup. The only change is Allie Boone's behind the dish. She's batting 6th. Here in Game 2, the rest of the lineup remains the same as the 0-2 to King is slapped left side to Dye at short. Her throw to first well in time for the second out. King retired. Jarovac stays put at second base, and there's 2 away for the Carson-Newman defense. Spradlin looking to get back on the right foot here in her freshman season, her last outing. Inning in 2/3 at Mars Hill as she deals a first pitch strike to Skylar Page, and the count is 0-1. Spradlin had a really nice stretch to start the year, has struggled a little bit in the middle part of her freshman season, but she's had a good top of the first here. She deals the next pitch. It's skied into right. Mari Robbins comes in and makes the play for out number 3. A scoreless top of the first for the freshman Spradlin. We have the bottom half, no score between Carson-Newman and Limestone here on the Eagle Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Back here on the Eagle Sports Network, bottom of the first on the way. It's Carly Gentry in the circle for the Limestone Saints here in Game 2. And Addie Saunders will lead things off for Carson. It's the first time the freshman has hit in the leadoff spot this season. And she'll face off with the left-handed Gentry, a lefty-lefty duel to start the bottom of the first. First pitch home from Gentry. Saunders takes outside for ball 1. A scoreless top of the first from Spradlin. Nice response after giving out a one-out double. As she retires the next two Limestone Saints to come to the plate. The 1-0 home to Saunders is low for ball 2. Gentry, the second our Limestone will use today. It was a complete game effort for Chelsea Stone Cipher in Game 1. It's Gentry's 5th start of 2025 as she deals a 2-0 to Saunders. She went around on a check swing and the count 2 balls and a strike. Gentry a 6.07 ERA, a 1-4 win-loss record. She's tossed one complete game across 27 2/3 innings. As she prepares to deal a 2-1 to Saunders, she rocks and fires a 2-1 home. Saunders checks her swing up high. Looks like she held back, and she did. The count's 3 balls and 1 strike. Left-hander looks home, gets a call from Boone behind the dish, and deals the 3-1 to Saunders. She swings and misses, and the count moves full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, base is empty, no one out for Carson-Newman here in the bottom half of the first, looking to respond after dropping Game 1. As Gentry dips, fires the payoff pitch home to Saunders. She fouls it back, and the count remains full at 3-2. Addie Saunders, a .375 hitter, had a hit in Game 1. She extends her hitting streak early in her Carson-Newman career. The 3-2 home again to Saunders is fouled back, and the count remains full. Saunders with that hit in Game 1. Her hitting streak now 4 games, dating back to the Tusculum game on March 18th. She awaits the next payoff. Gentry rocks and fires the next 3-2. It's up and away, ball 4. A good at-bat from the freshman. She reaches on a leadoff walk. And there's a runner aboard for Kennedy Warder. Kennedy, a home run in Game 1, extending her hitting streak to 10 games. She's reached 11 consecutive contests. She awaits the first pitch from Gentry. She rocks and fires home. Border squares to bunt, lays one down the first baseline, and no man's land. The throw to first, not in time, as Saunders gets back to second on a throw from King. It's a bunt single for Kennedy Warder. First and second for Carson-Newman as Warder implores the dugout to get going here in the first, as now it's first and second for Carson-Newman and nobody out for Hayden Dye. A wonderfully placed bunt off the bat of Warder. Vite had to come way off the bag to get it. It's the first pitch home to Dye. She squares the bunt, pulls back on a pitch that misses low for ball one. So a leadoff walk for Saunders, a bunt single for Kennedy Warder, and the Eagles are in business in the first with no one out. Dye awaits the 1-0 offering from Gentry as she rocks, fires home the 1-0. Dye watches it high. Good job by Boone to keep that ball in front. And the count moves 2 balls and no strikes. Gentry twirls the ball in her left hand, gets the call, rocks and fires a 2-0. Dye fouls it back on the heater, and the count is 2 balls and a strike. Macaulay Bailey on deck. Maury Robbins in the hole for Carson-Newman here in the home half of the first. Looking to get on the board for the second time today, to be the first team to get on the board. Their 2-run first in game one. 2-1 home to Dye. She squares to bunch. Did she get a piece of it? No, she didn't, as Saunders races to third and Warder to second. She pulled back just in time on a wild pitch out of the hand of Gentry. And now 2 ducks on the pond for Carson-Newman. Warder in scoring position at second and Saunders at third. 2 balls and a strike as Gentry rocks and deals. Dye rips this one to center. It's going to drop in the gap. Gets over the head of the center fielder, Wren. Warder trips coming around third. She'll try and raise home. The throw from Callaway is offline and not in time. A 2 RBI double for Hayden Dye, and it's 2-0 Carson-Newman. The stick-to-itiveness by Warder to get up and still race home in time. And the Eagles have the 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. Here's Macaulay Bailey with Dye now standing on second and nobody out. Gentry rocks and fires home to Bailey. It's low for ball one, and the count a ball and no strikes. Carson-Newman got 2 in the first of game one. It was Bailey's 2-run home run that opened the scoring. But 4 consecutive scoreless frames, Limestone was able to climb in front. As the 1-0 home to Bailey is downstairs, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to Macaulay with Hayden Dye in scoring position. And still nobody out. Lefty Gentry lanes and fires. Bailey fouls it off to the right side in the count. 2 balls and a strike. Bailey got her 11th home run of the season, her 41st in her career. Just her junior season with the Eagles. It's been a really impressive career so far for Bailey, and she's not even 3 years through it. It's a 2-1. It's popped up high to the right side. Vite gives it a look, but it goes out of play down the right field line. The count moves 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, runner on second, nobody out for the Eagle offense. The 2-0 lead in the bottom half of the first. Gentry peeks at her wrist, deals a 2-2 home. Bailey clubs it foul behind the dish. Boone looks for it, can't find it, and it goes out of play. As the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Maury Robbins awaits. She homered for the first time since the Southern Wesleyan doubleheader for her 10th home run of the year in game 1. It was a 2-run shot that got Carson-Newman within 2 in the 6th, but Limestone eventually added 2 more, and that was enough to put away Carson-Newman late in that ball game. It's the next 2-2 to Bailey. She fouls it off again, and the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good fight from Macaulay Bailey. She awaits the next 2-2. Long will come by Gentry. She'll deal the next 2-2 home to Bailey. She dribbles it back up the middle, a base hit. Wren cuts it off in center field. Dye rounding third. She'll head home. The throw from Callaway is well high. Good job to back it up by the pitcher Gentry, and she goes to second to try and get Bailey. The throw's too high, and Macaulay Bailey heads to second after an RBI single, and Carson-Newman leads 3-0. Good base running by Dye. She didn't even hesitate coming around third, and the throw home from Gentry was too high. Carson-Newman's put up 3 here in the first to take a 3-0 advantage. Most runs Carson-Newman scored in an inning all day today. A pair of 2-run innings in game 1 as Robin squares the bunt, pulls back on a first pitch that runs high from Gentry. And the count of ball and no strikes. Still nobody out here in the home half. The first, the Eagles looking for an early crooked number. With Bailey on second, Robbins standing in from the right side. The 1-0 home, Tamari is inside, gets off the glove of Boone, but not far enough to advance Bailey to third as she stays put. The count moves 2 balls and no strikes. Santana Anderson on deck, Brooklyn Lucero in the hole for the Eagles here in the first. As Gentry fires home the 2-0, Robbins skies it high, deep to left, going back. This one is off the roof of the clubhouse. A 2-run home run, the second bomb of the day for Maury Robbins, and it's 5-0 Carson-Newman. Robbins matches the team lead in home runs with her 11th of 2025 and her second of this doubleheader. Looks like Gentry having a brief conversation with the Limestone defense. It's been a huge inning for Carson-Newman. 5 runs on 4 hits, and still no one out. Here's Santana Anderson with the bases empty and nobody out. As Gentry gets the call from the Limestone dugout, ready to deal the first pitch home to Santana. She rocks and fires. Anderson fouls it back, and the count is 0-1. Maury Robbins leaves the yard to capitalize after Carson-Newman at back-to-back, make it 3 in a row. Run-scoring hits from Hayden Dye, Macaulay Bailey, and Maury Robbins. So 0-1 to Anderson. She loops it towards second. The play's made on a pop-out to Emma King at second, and there's one away. Soft contact results in the first out of the frame for Carson-Newman. As Brooklyn Lucero stands in from the right side, awaits the first pitch from Gentry. She rocks and fires home. Lucero swings and misses, and the count 0-1. Lucero had a hit in game 1. Quiet day otherwise for her. Her average up to .330 on the season. Awaits a 0-1 from Carly Gentry. It's high and inside. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Base is empty for Lucero. As Carson-Newman has made the most of its opportunities here in the first. 3 of 3 with runners in scoring position on those 3 consecutive run-scoring hits as Lucero pops the next pitch to the right side. Foul. Fight can't get there, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. Eagles approaching the bottom of the order already here in the first inning. Sierra Rogers is on deck. Abby Martin in the hole for Carson-Newman. As Gentry deals the 1-2, Lucero watches it upstairs. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away for Brooklyn. As Gentry fires home the 2-2 offering. Lucero lines it towards second. It's King again on a knee to make the play for out number 2. Back-to-back pop-outs to second, and King puts both of them away for back-to-back outs. Here's Sierra Rogers with the bases empty and 2 away. As Gentry dips, deals. First pitch home. It's low for ball 1. Rogers dealt over 150 pitches in game 1. It was just her 4th loss of the season. She's playing in the outfield here in game 2. Gets a start and left. And looks to deliver here with 2 outs in the first. The 1-0 home. Rogers lifts it to shallow center. It'll drop for a base hit. 5th hit of the first inning for Carson-Newman. And Sierra Rogers puts herself aboard first with 2 away. It'll be Abby Martin stand in. It looks like Gentry might exit here as Limestone's head coach Caroline Lang has a conversation with the home plate umpire. And a change will be made. Gentry will exit with 2 outs here in the first. The Eagles get through on Limestone starter. 5 runs on 5 hits and still looking for more with 2 outs in the frame. It'll be Carmen Turgeon to stand in the circle. We'll keep it right here and talk a little South Atlantic Conference softball while Turgeon warms up. Talk about the Eagles being right in the upper echelon of the conference. That doesn't necessarily change after the loss in Game 1. The Eagles still in the top 6 in the conference, right behind Newberry now, who's 7-5. Lincoln Memorial with a win today improves to 7-4 in conference play. The top 2 and Wingate, Lenore Ryan have been there for a while now as Turgeon finishes her warm-up and readies to deal the first pitch to Abby Martin. Busy day in the South Atlantic Conference today. Lincoln Memorial takes down Tusculum 5-2, 12-2 Wingate over Coker in Game 1. Rare non-conference matchup. USC Aiken takes down Anderson 4-3. That's the first pitch home to Martin. She lines it towards first. Veit makes the play right over top of the first base bag. 1 pitch, 1 out for Turgeon in relief, and that ends the first. But we head to the second. Carson-Newman gets 5 runs on 5 hits. We'll be back with the top of the second right here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large 1-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large 1-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Okay, let's see. I'm ready to do this. Carson-Newman. It's been around since 1851. Lots of flexible online programs. Wow. World-class accredited academics. A faith and learning environment with professors who really care about me. A top 10 best value school. Carson-Newman gives $48 million a year in financial aid. This is the perfect place. I'm in.
Lorelei Spradlin back out for Carson-Newman for the top of the second. The Eagles have done their job to give her some run support early in her outing right here on the Eagle Sports Network. Carson-Newman leads Limestone 5-0 after a 5-run first inning of 3 consecutive run-scoring hits. Hayden Dye's 2 RBI double, Macaulay Bailey's RBI single, and Mari Robbins' second home run of the afternoon, a 2-run shot to capitalize Carson-Newman's 5-run frame. The first pitch from Spradlin to Veit is high for ball 1. The count, a ball and no strikes. Limestone stranded the game's opening run in scoring position. The Saints had a double from Jerovac. As the next pitch to Veit, a high dribbler that gets over the head of Bailey, and it's a leadoff single for Olivia Veit. It's a high chopper that Bailey couldn't quite reach, and a runner on first with no one out for Allie Boone. First cuts of the day for Boone, who's catching Game 2. Was Bristol in Game 1. Now Boone calls the signals in at game number 2. The first pitch to Boone is high for ball 1. Ball and no strikes to Boone. With a runner on first, nobody out. The next pitch is a swing and a miss. Foul into the glove of Warder, and the count's a ball and a strike. 2 hits for Limestone. Veit's single and Jerovac's double in the first. As 0-1 to Boone. 1-1 catches the outer edge, and the count 1-2. Lorelei Spradlin through an inning of work. Have 2 hits. She struck out 1. As the righty Spradlin peeks at her wrist. Deals a 1-2. Boone watches it for a called strike 3. Gets the bottom of the zone, and Spradlin gets her second punch out in the first out of the second inning. It's Emma Wren's turn. The lefty prepares for the first offering from the freshman Spradlin, who rocks and fires home. Wren watches it downstairs for ball 1. Spradlin with her 58th strikeout of the season to get Boone looking. As she deals a 1-0. It's outside. Count moves 2 balls and no strikes. It's a really nice day for South Atlantic Conference softball. A little chilly with the wind, but overall, pretty pleasant day. Good group of fans in attendance here this afternoon as Wren swings and misses at the next pitch. Count moves a ball and a strike. On deck is Abigail Haywood and then Faith Calloway, who's still in the 9-hole, despite having 3 extra base hits in game 1. 2 triples and a home run. Is in the hole as Wren pops the next pitch up behind the plate, gets out of play, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes, runner on first with 1 away. As Spradlin twirls the ball in her right hand, gets a signal from the Eagle dugout and deals a 1-2. Wren slaps it towards second. Saunders applies attack. Throw to first is in time for a double play. What a turn by Addie Saunders to end the frame. A wise play to tag the runner, going from first to second, and snaps the throw over to first base to end the top of the second. We head to the bottom half. Carson-Newman retains its 5-0 lead right here on the Eagle Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
The #1 source for Carson-Newman athletic skiers, shop cneagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. Shop cneagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. Shop cneagles.com.
Back here on the Eagle Sports Network, Carson-Newman leads 5-0 after an inning and a half as Addie Saunders, who entered the frame defensively, takes up high for ball 1. The count, a ball and no strikes. Saunders with an absolutely excellent defensive play to turn 2 and end the frame. She's walked in her first time at the plate. She takes a called strike, and the count evens at 1-1. Turgeon out for the bottom of the second inning. She got the last out on 1 pitch in relief of Carly Gentry in the first inning as Saunders takes high again for ball 2. Two balls and a strike. Turgeon rocks and fires the 2-1. It's well high. Ball 3. Turgeon's made now 14 appearances. All 14 have been in relief. And has 25 2/3 innings under her belt. She's behind in a 3-1 count here with Addie Saunders. The next pitch finds the outside corner for a called strike 2, and the count's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Base is empty. Nobody out for the leadoff hitting Addie Saunders. As Turgeon rocks and fires the payoff pitch. Saunders skies it high left side, not playable. Down the third base line for Skylar Page, and it goes out of play. Count remains full at 3-2. The next 3-2 home from Turgeon is ripped up the middle, but a nice play from Callaway. Her throw to first is in time for out number 1. A hard hit ball by Saunders, but Callaway made a stab at it and launches over to first in time. Here's Kennedy Warder with one away, and the base is empty. As Turgeon toes the slab. Leans and fires the first pitch home to Kennedy Warder. It's grounded up the middle, a base hit. Warder sees one pitch, and she takes it right back up the middle for her second hit of the afternoon. And she's aboard with one away. Here's Hayden Dye, who scored Warder to open the scoring. It was a 2 RBI double for Hayden. She stands in for the second time. First pitch home to Hayden Dye is low for ball 1. It's Dye's 35th RBI of the season, which ranks near the top of the South Atlantic Conference. There's a 1-0 home to Hayden. She skies it high into right. Underneath of it is Jenkins. She'll make the play for the second out. So 2 away for Macaulay Bailey. Here in the bottom of the second, 5-0 Carson-Newman, 5 runs on 6 hits. 5 of the 6 came in the bottom of the first. A 5-run first for Carson-Newman to create some separation early as Turgeon rocks and fires to Bailey. A check swing. Now throw back to first to check on Warder. She's back in time. Another check on the swing. Bailey didn't go around. As a count of ball and no strikes. Turgeon deals the 1-0 home to Macaulay, who watches it for a ball outside, and the count 2 balls and no strikes. Bailey 1 for 1 with her RBI single in the first. As Turgeon deals home, Bailey rips it into center, and the play's made on the run by Wren for out number 3. Really nice play on a frozen rope out to center, and the Eagles down scoreless in the bottom of the second. We head to the top of the third, still 5-0 Carson-Newman right here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Tri-Light is proud to support Carson-Newman Athletics. We salute the student athletes who are working hard to make great things happen on the field, in the classroom, and in the world. It takes vision, commitment, and teamwork, qualities we share at Tri-Light. Our mission is to provide life-changing opportunities by building a world-class fiber broadband network. If you'd like to learn more, please visit trilight.net or call us at 833-847-0824.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
Back here on the Eagles Sports Network, Carson-Newman leads Limestone 5-0 here in Game 2 as Lorelei Spradlin prepares for her third inning of work. 2 scoreless frames for Spradlin. So far, so good for the freshman out of Blacksburg, Virginia. 2 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, 2 strikeouts. As she faces 8-9-1 in the Limestone order, Abigail Haywood will lead things off for the Saints here in the top half of the third. First pitch home from Spradlin to Haywood is a called strike across the heart of the plate, and the count is 0-1. Righty-righty matchup here to start things in the top of the third. As Spradlin rocks and fires a 0-1 to Haywood. She skies it high right side. Playable for Addie Saunders, who snags it for the first out. 1 down after Saunders snags a high pop out off the bat of Abigail Haywood, and now Faith Callaway's turn. She had those 3 extra base hits in game 1, 2 triples and a home run to really help power the Saints. A game 1 win. Tripled and came in to score on a wild pitch to give Limestone the lead that it never surrendered as Spradlin bends in a first pitch strike and the count is 0-1. Taylor Jenkins awaits on deck. Madeline Jarovac, who has one of the 2 hits so far for the Saints, in the hole. Spradlin deals a 0-1. Just missed upstairs and the count is a ball and a strike. Check in on Carson-Newman baseball here in a moment as the Eagles playing in Nashville against Trevecca Nazarene. The Eagles took the first game against Trevecca Nazarene earlier this year. It's a 1-1 home, skips down low. Counts 2 balls and a strike. Eagles riding an 8-game win streak right now after winning yesterday against the Shorter Hawks here at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. Is a 2-1 from Spradlin. This is upstairs. And the count's 3 balls and a strike. Trevecca Nazarene leads 1-0 in the top of the 3rd over Carson-Newman. Keep an eye on that game as go throughout today's action. Spradlin's 3-1 pitch is high, ball 4. So a 5-pitch walk for Callaway. She reaches again and sends it back to the top for Taylor Jenkins. Lefty Jenkins awaits the first pitch offering from Spradlin with 1 down. Here in the top of the 3rd, Callaway on first. After the 1-out walk as Jenkins swings and misses at the first offering from Lorelei Spradlin, the count is 0-1. Jenkins 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking in her first time at the plate. Spradlin wheels and deals a 0-1. It's chopped foul. The count is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner on first, 1 away for Lorelei Spradlin, the Eagle defense. As the righty deals home, the 0-2, it just missed off the plate. And the count's a ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. Spradlin deals the 1-2 to Jenkins. She slaps it back towards second. Saunders scoops, and the only play is at first, and she makes it for the 2nd out. Nice play on a short hop by Saunders. Was able to glove it and throw over to Lucero. That puts Callaway at 2nd with 2 down. Here's Madeline Jarovic with 2 down. First pitch home from Spradlin is a called strike on the outer edge, and the count is 0-1. Jarovac 1 for 1 with that double in the first. She was stranded in scoring position in the first inning. As Spradlin deals a 0-1 home, Jarovac lines it to second, and Saunders is right there for out number 3. Another scoreless frame from Spradlin, and it's 5-0 Carson-Newman after 2.5. We'll be back with the bottom of the 3rd right here on the Eagle Sports Network.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Mari Robbins leads off the home half of the 3rd for Carson-Newman. She capped off a 5-run bottom of the 1st with a 2-run blast, and she's back in for the second time right here on the Eagles Sports Network. The Eagles lead 5-0 as Turgeon winds and deals the first pitch home. It's low and outside for ball one. It's Robbins, Anderson, and Lucero due up 5, 6, and 7 for the Eagles here in the home half of the third. As Turgeon delivers the 1-0 pitch home, Robbins watches, low and outside, ball two. It's been a nice return to form for Robbins today, who's homered twice, once in game one, and again here in game two. Her first long ball since the Southern Wesleyan doubleheader. As she checks, swing, bunts the 2-0 left side. Page scoops. Her throw to first is just in time to get the speedy Mari Robbins for the first out. Nice play by Page. A good throw to first base, and it was on a line to get speedy Mari Robbins by half a step at first base, and there's one down for Santana Anderson. First pitch home from Turgeon to Anderson on the way. It's a swing and a miss down low, and the count is 0-1. Anderson making her way to Mossy Creek after playing her first 2 seasons with the Limestone Saints. She awaits the 0-1 pitch. Turgeon winds and fires. Anderson behind it. She cuts and misses, and the count is 0-2. Turgeon's done well in relief for the Saints, an inning and 2/3. She's allowed 1 hit. She looks for her first strikeout right here. The 0-2 pitch home to Santana Anderson is low and outside. And the count's a ball and 2 strikes. Turgeon will call time to tie her shoe before dealing the 1-2 to Santana Anderson. The base is empty and 1 away here in the home half of the third. Turgeon gets the call from the Limestone dugout. She rocks and fires the 1-2 home to Santana Anderson. It's low. And the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Base is empty for Anderson, looking for her first hit today against her former team. It's a 2-2 home from Turgeon on the way. Anderson rips it right side, but foul. And the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Got a good piece of it, just a little late. So went to the right of the first base bag. And Turgeon prepares to deal another 2-2 home to Santana Anderson. The next 2-2 from Turgeon. Anderson skies it high to center. Emma Wren, taking a couple steps back, will make the play for the second out. 2 up, 2 down for Turgeon in the home half of the third. Carson-Newman scored in the first in game 1. But again, there's 4 scoreless frames sandwiched in between that allowed Limestone to get back in the contest and eventually take the lead and not surrender it late. As the first pitch to Brooklyn Lucero misses low for ball 1. More sizable hole for Limestone here in game 2. It was only a 2-run deficit after the first. In game 1, here in game 2, the Eagles jump on Carly Gentry and get 5 in the first. But Turgeon's provided some stability in relief as the 1-0 misses off the plate in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. Righty Lucero awaits a 2-0 pitch. She rips it to left, but it's foul. And the count's 2-1. Turgeon looking over to the signal caller in the dugout, Morgan Baker-Sellis. Talked a little bit about her earlier. She pitched for Carson-Newman 2019 through the 2022 season. Went 7-2 in her final season with Carson-Newman across 16 appearances, 58 1/3 innings for the Eagles. Is a 2-1 from Turgeon. Misses high, ball 3. And the count's 3 balls and a strike. Base is empty with 2 away for Lucero. Looking to avoid going down 1-2-3 here in the third. Be the second consecutive scoreless frame for Turgeon if she's able to do it. The 3-1 is upstairs, ball 4. Lucero works a walk, and she's aboard first with 2 away. That'll bring in Sierra Rogers with 2 down. Runner on first. Rogers 1 for 1 today in game 2. It's been a productive piece for the Eagles offensively. 7 home runs and 17 RBIs, a .293 average. She awaits the first pitch. She swings and misses down low for strike 1. 7 of Rogers' 12 hits have been for the long ball. She's now exceeded a career high in home runs, had 6 in her freshman season, 7 so far this year. As Turgeon rocks and fires a 0-1 home. Rogers takes a little bit high and outside, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. Rogers in the box, Abby Martin's on deck, and then back for the top for Addie Saunders. She's had a really nice game, too, both offensively and defensively. As Lucero stands on first, a 1-1 home to Rogers at well high, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike with 2 away. But Lucero reaches on a 2-out walk. Turgeon rocks and fires a 2-1 home. Rogers skies it high and foul behind the dish. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Deuce is wild on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the home half of the third. As Turgeon rocks and fires a 2-2. Rogers skies it to center. Wren giving chase. It'll drop in the left center gap, and it hops over the wall for a ground rule double. Rogers lunged at it, poked it to left center, and it skips over the wall to put runners on second and third with 2 away for Abby Martin. Martin can bring the Eagles in run rule territory here in the third as she's able to score the 2 on base and herself. 2 outs here in the third. Turgeon rocks and fires the first pitch to Martin. It's a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Martin, a .345 hitter, the junior out of Gadsden, Alabama, 29 for 84 at the plate. She awaits a 0-1 offering from Turgeon. She rocks and fires home the 0-1. Martin rips it towards second, and King's there on the line to make the play for out number 3. A hard hit ball by Martin, but an even better play by King at second. And the Eagles strand 2 in scoring position in the third. We head to the fourth. Still 5-0 Carson-Newman right here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. Shopseeandeagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at shopseeandeagles.com. Visit today.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Back for the top of the fourth here on the Eagles Sports Network. It's Carson-Newman 5, Limestone 0. The Eagles have gone down scoreless in the last 2 innings. It's been that 5-run first that's been the difference so far. Lorelei Spradlin has dealt 3 scoreless. She prepares for the fourth. Face-off against Emma King. The base is empty and nobody out. Ryan Wilkes with you here on the Eagles Sports Network. Thanks for spending some of your Wednesday afternoon with me as the Eagles look to split here with Limestone. First pitch to King. He's downstairs for ball 1. And the count of ball and no strikes. It's King, Page, and Veit due up for Limestone. 3, 4, and 5 for the Saints. The next pitch is slapped foul behind the plate, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. Join us on the road on Saturday. I'll have your call from Wise, Virginia. It's Carson-Newman and UVA Wise for a pair of Saturday South Atlantic Conference contests. Eagles look to right the ship a little bit on the road. Hasn't been a great stretch for Carson-Newman away from home as King takes the next pitch off the plate for ball 2, and the count 2 balls and a strike. Base is empty with nobody out for Emma King as the lefty waits the next offering from Lorelei Spradlin, who rocks and fires home the 2-1. It's fouled off behind the dish, and the count is 2-2. King hitting .270 coming into today's ball games. Has been a starter in all 26 games, including 2 today, so all 28. It's 2-2 home. King lifts it to center. Martin takes a few steps back and makes the play for the first out. King retired. And now I'll bring in Skylar Page. The base is empty and 1 down. King now 0 for 2. Page 0 for 1. It's only been 2 hits for Limestone today. Olivia Veit has 1. And Madeline Jarovac has the other. It's the first pitch to Page. She's behind it. Swing and a miss for strike 1. 3 1/3 for Spradlin. She's allowed just the 2 hits. She's walked 1, struck out 2. She peeks at her wrist and readies to fire the 0-1. She dips and deals off the plate, and the count evens at 1-1. There's a fly out to right for Page in her first at-bat. She awaits the 1-1 from Spradlin, who wheels and fires a 1-1, an off-speed pitch that's ripped through the left side for a base hit. Bailey laid out, couldn't make the play, and Page is aboard with a 1-out single. Third hit of the afternoon for Limestone here in Game 2. As Olivia Veit will stand in with a runner on first and 1 down. Spradlin rocks and fires the first pitch home to Veit. It's well high and outside. Good job by Warder to keep it in front. And the count's a ball and no strikes. Spradlin looks to the Eagle dugout, gets the call, fires home the 1-0. Veit takes on the outside corner for a called strike, and the count's a ball and a strike. Page on first after tallying Limestone's third hit here in Game 2. As Spradlin dips and fires a 1-1. It's across the heart of the plate for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner on first and 1 away. Spradlin gets the call from Holly Tucker-Vance, deals a 1-2. Veit loops it down the right field line. Is it a fair ball? It's not. It's a foul ball. Late delayed call at the first base bag, but looked like from here that was the right call as it just missed the white line. Lucero was almost able to leap up and make the grab. But Veit, who just punched it down the right field line, will stand back in and face another 1-2 from Spradlin. Righty deals home the next 1-2. Veit watches it just off the plate, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just missed it. Spradlin on the outside part of the plate as the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Spradlin fires. Veit dribbles it towards short. Dive scoops. Her throw to second is off the glove of Saunders. Page now racing to third. Saunders retrieves. Her throw to third is cut off by Bailey, who comes off the bag. And it's first and third for Limestone. It's going to be an error on Addie Saunders, who couldn't glove the throw to the second base bag. And Page able to race to third. So now the Eagles will converge inside the circle to have a conversation with Lorelei Spradlin. A little bit of traffic for Limestone for the first time here in Game 2, with Veit on first, Page on third. And 1 away. Let's check back in on Carson-Newman baseball while we have a second. The Eagles and Trevecca Nazarene battling it out in Nashville. The Eagles have tied the game at 1 apiece in the top of the 4th. The Eagles looking to extend that winning streak to 9 games today. The Eagles 24-6 so far this season. As the visit concludes, it's Allie Boone to stand in from the left side. The runners on the corners and 1 away. First pitch home from Spradlin to Boone is a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Veit on first. She reached on the fielder's choice. Page on third after she moves second to third on the error by Addie Saunders at second base. As Boone awaits a 0-1, she dribbles it right side. Saunders scoops. She'll underhand toss to first in time, but a run will score as Page crosses the plate, and it's 5-1. Nice play by Saunders. She'll trade the out for the run. And a 5-0, now 5-1 game as Veit moves to second. And Wren stands in with 2 down. First pitch home from Lorelei Spradlin to Emma Wren is a called strike across the heart of the plate, and the count is 0-1. Limestone gets one back here in the top of the fourth, looking for more with a runner on second and Olivia Veit. Spradlin rocks, fires a 0-1. It's dribbled back up the middle. Saunders bobbles it, and Wren will reach. Second error of the frame on Addie Saunders, but she's greeted by her teammates. The pat on the back as runners now on the corners with 2 down. Here's Abigail Haywood. One swing of the bat, this game could get a whole lot more interesting in the fourth. As Limestone cracks the score column in the fourth, looking for more with Haywood popping the first pitch out of play. And the count, no balls and a strike. Callaway's on deck. She'll round out the second trip through the Limestone order here in the fourth inning. Spradlin rocks and fires a 0-1. Haywood skies it high towards right. Robbins giving chase and foul ground, but it will go out of play. And the count 0-2. Spradlin up in the count, looking for strikeout number 3. She toes the slab, takes a look over at the Eagle dugout. Dips and fires the 0-2. Haywood watches a little high, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 home from Spradlin. It's lined to right. Robbins is right there, and she'll make the play for out number 3. Lorelei Spradlin strands runners on the corners, and the Eagles overcome a pair of errors and allow just one in the top of the fourth. We head to the bottom half. It's 5-1 Carson-Newman right here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Sure, we've been around a while, 171 years to be exact. We know the power of a liberal arts-based Christian education and the tremendous potential of what can be found on this campus, within this community. We are adventurers, dreamers, believers, passionate and compassionate, curious and clever, driven by a common purpose towards a common goal.
I found my passion.
I found purpose.
We are Carson-Newman.
What will you find?
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Addie Saunders leads off Carson-Newman's half of the fourth with the Eagles on top 5-1. Right here on the Eagles Sports Network as Carmen Turgeon remains in the circle. She wheels and fires the first pitch to Saunders. It's a called strike. And the count's 0-1. Saunders walked her first time at the plate. She's back to the top of the order for Carson-Newman. The 0-1 pitch home to Saunders is well outside. The count evens at a ball and a strike. She's grounded out to short in her second time at the plate. She's back up the third time. Turgeon winds and fires at 1-1. It's high, ball 2. Saunders, Warder, and Dye do up for Carson-Newman. On the home half of the fourth, again, the Eagles haven't scored since the first, looking a little bit like the stretch Carson-Newman faced in game 1 that allowed Limestone to climb back in the game. As a 2-1 to Saunders is a called strike 2, and the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good stuff from Carmen Turgeon so far. 2 1/3. 2 hits, no earned run. She's walked 1. And she deals a 2-2 home to Saunders, who dribbles it left side and foul. And the count remains 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. The base is empty for the freshman Addie Saunders. As Turgeon rocks, fires the 2-2 pitch home. Addie loops it foul to the left side and stays alive in the count. Saunders making her 10th start of her freshman season. Started game 1 and gets to start again here in game 2. This time at second base. She waits the next 2-2, watches it low and outside. Ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Addie Saunders with the bases empty and nobody out. As right-handed Turgeon gets the call from the Limestone dugout. She rocks and fires the payoff. Saunders, did she foul it off? Yes, she did. She got a piece of it to stay alive in the count. As it remains 3-2. Good fight from the freshman in the box. As Turgeon peeks at her wrist. Leans and fires the next 3-2. Saunders watches it outside. Ball 4. Really nice at-bat from Addie Saunders as she trots down to first. It's her second time aboard on a walk. Here's Kennedy Warder with the leadoff runner on first and Addie Saunders. She works an 8-pitch at-bat to get aboard. Warder lays down a bunt. Back to Page at third. Her throw to first is in time. Now Saunders caught in between second and third. Throw back to third for Boone. Now throw to second is not in time. Addie Saunders able to dive back into second. She's in safely. It looked like Saunders was pretty well caught in that rundown. Did a nice job on the slide back to second to avoid the tag. She's in a scoring position on a sacrifice bunt. Now it's Hayden Dye's turn with Saunders on second and 1 away. First pitch home, Turgeon to Dye is ripped into right center. Wren can't get there. Saunders racing for third. She's going to be sent home. The throw back is cut off, and Hayden Dye has her second RBI double of the game. It's 6-1. She lifted that one right over the head of Wren. It was a late jump by Saunders, but enough to get home in time. And it looks like that might end Turgeon's day. It looks like Chelsea Stone-Cipher. It's Brianna Clayton to enter for Limestone. We'll talk about her on the other side. We'll take a quick break. Be back. Eagles lead 6-1 right here on the Eagles Sports Network.
There's something about a small community that unites us, whether it's cheering on our favorite team or the way we come together in a crisis. Small communities are made up of people with big hearts. We're dedicated to hard work and innovation through sunny days and stormy nights. AEC is always here, powering the people and the places that make our community a spectacular place to call home. AEC, power what matters most.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Brianna Clayton enters the circle for Limestone as Macaulay Bailey pops the first pitch up to the right side and out of play. And the count is 0-1. Hayden Dye in scoring position. She ended Turgeon's day on her second RBI double. And Clayton, the team leader in ERA, enters the circle here in the fourth. 6-1 Carson-Newman as Clayton deals the next pitch home to Bailey. A tie for ball 1. Clayton 39 in the third innings of work. She's struck out 26. She's walked 47. It's her 13th appearance in 2025. As she rocks and fires a 1-1 home to Bailey, who rips it to right center. That one's going to get down the gap. Dye rounds third. She'll come in to score. Bailey trucking for second, and she's in with a stand-up RBI double. She trades places with Hayden Dye, and Carson-Newman's lead is back to 6 runs. It's 7-1 Eagles after Bailey rips the second consecutive RBI double. Looks like we'll see a pinch runner for Bailey here with 1 away. It'll be Mari Robbins to hit for the Eagles. We'll see who's coming out to pinch run for Macaulay Bailey. Eagles with a chance to get into run rule territory today. The run rule run will be at the plate, and Robbins, as it'll be Taylor Erb to pinch run for Bailey with 1 away. Seven runs on 9 hits for Carson-Newman. 5 of the 7 came in the first, but the Eagles avoiding that lengthy stretch without any production that they had in the first game as Robbins swings and misses at the first pitch, and it's 0-1. Erb in scoring position as she takes over at second for Macaulay Bailey. With 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th. 7-1 Carson-Newman's your score here in Game 2 as the Eagles looking to bounce back. As Robbins pops up a bunt down the first baseline, Veit can't get there in time. And it's foul. The count 0-2. Santana Anderson awaits on deck. Brooklyn Lucero in the hole for the Eagles in the 4th inning. As Clayton rocks and fires the 0-2, Robbins able to get a piece and foul it back. The count remains 0-2. It was an 8-5 loss for Carson-Newman in Game 1. The offense has been much more productive here in Game number 2, thanks to that 5-run first. As Clayton fires the next pitch home to Robbins, it's inside, and the count's a ball and 2 strikes. Long look home to the Limestone dugout to get the call from Clayton. She toes the slab, leans and fires a 1-2. Robbins dribbles it high to the left side, but in foul ground. As Page retrieves, and the count remains a ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. As Robbins stands back in from the right side, Erb on second with 1 away. The 1-2 to Robbins. She lines it left side. Michael Graves dances out of the way. As she fouls it off, he points to the outfield and says, "Hit it that way, not at me." As the count remains a ball and 2 strikes to Robbins. Clayton deals the 1-2 home to Mari, who aligns it to left again, but down the left field line and foul. Mari with 2 home runs today. Mentioned it was her first. In Game 1, it was her first home run since the Southern Wesleyan doubleheader, and she's built on that here in Game 2 with a 2-run blast in the first to cap off that 5-run effort in the opening frame for the Eagle offense. Clayton twirls the ball in her right hand, gets the call from Boone behind the dish, and the next 1-2 home is ripped into left. A base hit. Erb rounds third, will send her home. The throw is off the bat that was outside the batter's box. Now Robbins heading to third, and she's in there standing up. It'll be an RBI double and an advancement on the throw back in from Mari Robbins, and she dropped the bat right in the field of play, and the throw home skipped off of the bat. Would have been a tight play at the plate between Erb and the catcher, Boone. But it's 8-1 Carson-Newman on Mari Robbins' RBI double. She's on third, and Carson-Newman can get in the run rule territory if she's able to come in and score. With Santana Anderson in the box. First pitch home from Clayton to Anderson is well outside for ball 1. If the Eagles do get this run to come in and score, the Eagle defense will need 3 outs in the top half of the 5th. to close it out. As Clayton leans, fires the 1-0. Anderson behind it for strike one. So after 5 foul balls in that at-bat with Robbins, she straightens it out and finds some turf in left field, scoring Taylor Erb from second. As Clayton deals home to Anderson, she watches it upstairs in the count. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two balls, a strike, and 1 out for Santana Anderson here in an 8-1 ball game. It's a 2-1 home to Santana. Misses in the opposite batter's box. Ball 3. 3 balls and a strike to Santana Anderson. As Clayton rocks and fires a 3-1, Anderson rips it toward short. Callaway, a nice play. Her throw to first in time. Robbins racing home, and she'll score. Good base running from Maury Robbins to score on an RBI ground out from Santana Anderson. And it's 9-1 Carson-Newman. The Eagles back in run rule territory, a spot that Carson-Newman's been so familiar with playing in. And the Eagles will need 3 outs defensively to close out the ball game. A pair of innings that the Eagles have just put up crooked numbers. 5 in the first, now 4 here in the fourth. As Lucero watches the first pitch high for ball 1. Carson-Newman looking to make the job maybe a little bit easier on Lorelei Spradlin in the top of the 5th to close this one out. With Lucero batting with 2 away and the base is empty. Here's the 1-0 home from Clayton. Lucero loops it towards second. King with a shoelace grab for out number 3. So Clayton gets the 3rd and final out of the 4th. But Carson-Newman in the 5th will need 3 outs to secure a run rule victory here at the Vic. We'll be right back with the top of the 5th inning here on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Back here on the Eagles Sports Network, Carson-Newman needs 3 outs to close it out. Lorelei Spradlin back in the circle for Carson-Newman with the Eagles out in front 9-1 right here on the Eagles Sports Network. It's been a pair of big innings for the Eagles, a 5-run first and a 4-run fourth. With 2-0 sandwiched there in between, but the Eagles have done enough here in this one to try and close it out in 5. First pitch from Spradlin is a called strike to Callaway, and the count 0-1. Almost half of Carson-Newman's wins this season have come in run rule fashion. The Eagles 9-4 in run rule ball games. With 0-1 pitch home from Spradlin. It is low. And the count's a ball and a strike. Carson-Newman looking to bounce back in a big way after dropping its first contest at home since February 5th in Game 1. Spradlin deals the 1-1 high for ball 2. And the count's 2 balls and a strike. It's Callaway, then back to the top with Jenkins for Limestone as she swings and misses. Strike 2. Spradlin looking for strikeout number 3 in her outing today. She's pitched 4 innings, 3 hits. The 1 run that came across was unearned. She's walked 1 and struck out 2. She deals a 2-2. Callaway cuts and misses. Strike 3. One away in the fifth for the Eagles. And 2 outs away from slamming the door and securing a split here at home with the Saints. Taylor Jenkins back in the box. She's 0 for 2 here in game 2. As she slaps the first pitch high to the left side. Bailey giving chase. Makes a play over her shoulder for out number 2. Bailey saw that ball right off the bat. Makes the play in foul ground. And the Eagles are an out away. Here's Jarovac with 2 down. The first pitch from Spradlin is fouled back, and the count is 0-1. 9-1 Eagles. Carson-Newman needs 1 out to close it out in 5 innings. Spradlin ready to deal the 0-1. The righty twirls the ball in the right hand, calls time. And now we'll re-engage with the slab and deal the 0-1. Jarovac watches it outside, and the count is 1-1. King is on deck, Page in the hole. We'll see if we get there here with 2 outs in the fifth. Spradlin ready to fire the 1-1. She dips and deals home. Jarovac watches it well outside, and the count is 2 balls and a strike. Long low cone by Spradlin. She deals the 2-1. Jarovac lifts it deep to center. Martin back to the track, and it's gone. The Eagles 1 out away from closing it out. Jarovac leaves the yard. It's a solo home run, and it's 9-2. So for now, Limestone remains in the game. It's a 7-run ball game. With 2 down here in the fifth. Here's Emma King with the bases empty and 2 down as Spradlin ready to fire the first pitch home. She leans and fires the first pitch to King. It misses the bottom of the zone for ball 1. The count of ball and no strikes. Right-handed freshman gets the call from the Eagle dugout. Roxon fires at 1-0. King watches it high. And the count's 2 balls and no strikes. King 0 for 2. A ground out to short and a fly out to center. And Spradlin Roxon fires a 2-0. King watches a called strike, and the count 2 balls and 1 strike. It's the first earned run that Spradlin's allowed. Through 4 2/3 innings of work. As she rocks, fires the 2-1. King slaps the left side, but foul to left of the third base bag, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Deuce is wild on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs for the Eagle defense. And Spradlin looks to end the frame and get Carson-Newman back to the plate with a chance to end it offensively. As Spradlin deals the 2-2 to King, it's a bit up and away, and the count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with the bases empty for Emma King. Payoff pitch on the way. King dribbles it right side to second. Saunders scoops her throw to first well in time for out number 3. Carson-Newman's offense will look to secure the run rule victory on the other side. It's 9-2. The Eagles need 1 to close it out right here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large 1-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large 1-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Okay, let's see. I'm ready to do this. Carson-Newman, it's been around since 1851. Lots of flexible online programs. Wow. World-class accredited academics. A faith and learning environment with professors who really care about me. A top 10 best value school. Carson-Newman gives $48 million a year in financial aid. This is the perfect place. I'm in.
Sierra Rogers leads off Carson-Newman's half of the fifth against Brianna Clayton as she rips the first pitch towards short. Callaway scoops. Her throw to first is in time for the first out. One pitch, one out for Clayton here in the fifth. That concludes her first full inning of work. She's dealt 1 inning, 2 hits, an earned run. As Abby Martin will stand in with 1 down. Carson-Newman is 1 out away from a run rule victory in the top of the fifth, but a solo home run. So from Madeline Jarovac extended things to the bottom of the fifth as Martin takes downstairs for ball 1. But the Eagles can still walk it off here offensively. With a run here in the bottom of the fifth, it would close this game out in 5 innings as the 1-0 pitch to Martin is grounded right back to Callaway. She scoops. Again, her throw to first is on the money for out number 2. 3 pitches and 2 outs for Clayton here in the fifth. Now we go back to the top for Addie Saunders. Saunders ready for the first offering from Clayton. It's the first pitch home to Addie. She watches it high for ball 1. Immediately the order approaching. Kennedy Warder and Hayden Dye, who are a combined 4 of 5 here in game 2. In the middle part of the order has delivered as well. 4 hits between McCauley, Bailey, and Mari Robbins. 2 apiece for each of them as Saunders takes outside for ball 2. 2 walks for Saunders. She's also grounded out to short in the middle of those 2 walks in the second. She looks to reach here with the bases empty and 2 away. The 2-0 to Addie is fouled back. And the count's 2 balls and a strike. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 away. Bases empty for the freshman Addie Saunders. A solid stretch has brought her average up to .364, 12 hits and 33 at-bats. So 2-1 to Addie is low and away. Ball 3. Saunders looking to put the run rule run aboard here in the bottom half of the fifth. As Clayton rocks and fires the 3-1. Saunders watches well up high. Did it get her? It might have, but it doesn't matter. She'll trot down to first. Looks like it did get a piece of Addie Saunders, but she's all right. And that puts the run rule run aboard for the Eagles. Here's Kennedy Warder. She's 2 for 2 as Saunders reaches for the 3rd time on a free pass, whether it was a hit by pitch or a walk. It was one of the 2. And Saunders is aboard with 2 away. She comes in to score. The game will end as Kennedy Warder stands in from the right side. First pitch home from Clayton. Warder watches it up high for ball 1. And the count's a ball and no strikes. The 1-0 home from Clayton to Warder is ripped to right and will drop for a base hit. Saunders racing around second. She'll head from third. The throw from King is offline and not in time as Page has to come off the bag, and it's a single for Kennedy Warder. A 3-for-3 day for Kennedy, and she puts the run rule run on third base. Warder's 3rd 3-hit effort of the season. She stands on first with Saunders on third. Hayden Dye in the box with a chance to end it with 2 away in the 5th. First pitch home to Clayton. Dye watches for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Hayden Dye 2 for 3, 2 RBI doubles. She's counted for 3 of the 9 runs for the Eagles here in game 2. As Clayton looks home, gets the call from Boone behind the dish. Deals a 0-1. Dye watches upstairs. And the count's a ball and a strike. If Dye can find a piece of turf in the outfield, Carson-Newman will secure this split with Limestone in run rule fashion. With Saunders on third, Warder on first. The 1-1 to Dye. She rips it to right. It'll drop for a base hit. Addie Saunders scores, and Carson-Newman wins 10-2. A walk-off RBI single for Dye, her 4th RBI of the contest. And it slams the door on Limestone. Carson-Newman secures a split with the Saints, falling 8-5 in Game 1, followed by a 10-2 victory in 5 here in Game 2. It's Carson-Newman's 10th run rule win of the season, as the Eagles improved to 21-13, 8-6 in sack play. Limestone falls to 11-17, 6-8 in South Atlantic Conference play. I'll talk to you on Saturday. Carson-Newman and UVA Wise in Wise, Virginia. A 1 o'clock first pitch to start a doubleheader with the Highland Cavaliers. I'll talk to you then. Ryan Wilkes signing off. Have a great rest of your night. I'll talk to you on Saturday right here on the Eagle Sports Network.